Ad Nauseum versus Abzan
Mason is the guy
in the semifinals.
I love to hate. I'm just gonna say it. I love Mason, but I love to hate Mason.
Probably spelled that wrong, but it's whatever. Alright. So, I honestly... I mean, you're not wrong.
It's true.
I don't honestly know who actually has the favor in this matchup. Because, like, Abzan does have a lot of the hand control, but Ad Nauseum just needs to hit, like, 2 pieces.
Yeah, that's a scary thing. You need a clock. You need a big, fast clock against this Ad Nauseum deck, because they have a free 10 life that they can gain with Phyrexian Unlife. It basically gives them 10 life, and it can give them even more if there's like copies of what is the split second one? Angel's Grace.
Angel's Grace.
Angel's Grace and Ad Nauseum time walks your opponent, because you Angel's Grace,
Yeah.
and then your opponent puts you to 1 with your Phyrexian Unlife still in play. They have to attack you 2 more turns to kill you.
Yeah.
Because that 1 is going to then go to 0 the next turn. They're going to go to negative life total, and then you put on the poison counters.
Yeah. Which Mason's actually also running the Solemnity version, which says that players can't get counters.
Yes. So he has the lock, the soft
The
lock,
soft lock, yes.
which is a true soft lock in this matchup because of the Assassin's trophies.
Yes.
Mason gave you your top 8 spot, so no hate here. Well, I mean, we don't actually hate Mason. We just love to say hateful things to Mason. That's what I mean. We love to hate Mason. He's a good guy. He always has a good sense of humor, and he takes it like a champ, and it's part of the repertoire with Mason.
Turn 1, Thoughtseize. Typical Abzan.
I actually don't hate Mason. I really like Mason.
No, we love to hate Mason. That's
Exactly.
what it is.
So just kind of picking through here. Oh, what do you got? What is this? What is this, part of your combo?
I know he's a Lab Maniac for sure in his hand.
I'm not taking that. You play removal spells that are dead otherwise, so you don't really need to take the Lab Maniac. Like, you're gonna have a Fatal Push in your hand at some point. You're gonna have a Path in your hand.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he doesn't play Path. No, he plays Path.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. So you're gonna have that covered.
Yeah.
What you want to take here is you want to take one of the combo pieces, or you want to take the way that he's gonna accelerate out the combo.
Yeah, I think he does have a Pented.
Pentet Prism.
Yeah.
If there is a Phyrexian Unlife, I would basically snap that off, and if that's your first
I mean, that or the Angel's Grace.
If it's between one or the other, I'd take Unlife, because Unlife gains
yeah.
life
I
essentially.
don't think he took the Accelerator.
He's taking the Accelerator because
Angel's Grace, I think it spoils the Vault.
Angel's Grace spoils the Vault, Lab Maniac, and is that a Solemnity?
That's probably Solemnity, which doesn't do anything on its own.
Yeah, so you definitely don't take Lab, you don't take Solemnity.
So I
Angel's
think...
Grace isn't that good on its own.
Yeah.
And then the Pentet Prism will
Ooh,
accelerate.
top down Serum Visions.
Very, very good. Serum
Yes.
Vision's super, super good in this deck.
I'm pretty sure... Yeah, I think he put something on bottom. So.
Let's just say there's a reason why he's playing 4 Serum Visions and only 2 Opt. One of these cleans is clearly better.
Yeah. And that's always the argument, right? Like, Opt is better in certain decks, and Serum Vision is better in certain decks. It's just kind of...
I actually really like Mason's deck build. I think Mason's got this deck put together in the right way. Like, he's underplaying the Solemnity combo because the other combo is better, which is why he only has the 2 Solemnity.
Yeah.
He's playing the 3 Spoils and then the 1 Mystical Teachings.
Yes.
Because all of those are just to help him find Ad Nauseum.
Yeah.
And then the Angel's Grace is better than Phyrexian Unlife. It helps you get the combo faster. You can combo that turn, which is why there's more Angel's Graces than Phyrexian Unlives. Pact of Negation is basically just free in this deck, especially with the Angel's Grace.
Yeah. Tarmogoyf.
That is what you want. Thoughtseize into Tarmogoyf is your most effective way to win against these combo matchups. So we have a really, really good start from Robert here. And he Thoughtseized an artifact, which helps grow the Goyf to what otherwise would be unreachable levels of power. And second Goyf just really, Mason's going to be hard-pressed to find a way to win this game.
Well, at this point, he is now on a 3-turn clock. He has 3 turns to find the win.
At this point, you want to Unlife into lands and combo. Phyrexian Unlife would be one of the best cards that you could play right now.
Yes.
Just give me some breathing room. Get out of my airspace. So Solemnity, Not relevant.
Right.
Not relevant. You could trophy the Solemnity to add enchantment and instant into the graveyard. Your turn goes to 5/5s.
And that puts him on a 2-turn clock,
But-
which I think would be fine in all honesty.
That would be fine, but hitting Solemnity isn't actually hitting a relevant way for Mason to win the game.
Right, but he can't win on 4 mana either.
That is true. So exactly. Yeah, that's a very, very good point. He cannot win. He cannot untap and win. So if you put him on a 2-turn clock, you're essentially sealing the game out. But we don't know if he has trophy in his hand.
What? So you're forcing him to use
An Angel's Grace.
Exactly.
And then he would have to have 2 Angel's Graces and a Pitch Monkey and an Ad Nauseum to win on the following turn,
Correct.
which is not likely.
Yeah. So, like, at this point, I think if you have the Assassin's Trophy, you would use it to try and just kill your opponent when it comes back to Robert's turn.
And that's Lab Maniac on blocking duty.
No, it's the Prism.
Oh, okay. I kind of like playing Lab Maniac there, though, honestly.
I mean, Mason's pretty much going to force him to have to...
3, 6, 9. If he cracks the clue, that's 10. If he plays a land and gets another clue, cracks it, that's 11.
Yeah.
So you.
But that's also
need to
tapping him out.
Well, instead of playing the, yeah, I mean, what's he holding a mana for right now? I guess just Angel's Grace.
I mean, that's what it has to be.
Yeah. Then again, if you, so Pentad Prism right now, actually, the more that I think about it, you get a Pentad Prism, you get Angel's Grace, and then you could untap.
I do not agree with. Wow, I just blanked on her name. Anafenza on this one.
I think you just crack clue, hope to draw land, play and crack another clue, have lethal.
Inquisition
So he's got Inquisition, which I would have liked to see him play that before he played Anafenza.
Agreed. So he'll cast Angel's Grace.
And then he'll Spoils
and
of the
his
Vault. So he Spoils the Vault is life loss, right? So you can just die. And he names Unlife and just draws it.
Yep.
So what ended up happening here is they didn't resolve the Inquisition, and I was the person who pointed this out because I saw this as like, wait, whoa. You got the Unlife, but that Inquisition still has to resolve.
Yeah.
And so the Unlife just gets taken.
Yeah.
So naming Ad Nauseum is what I expected Mason to do, because then it would not have been Inquisition.
Exactly. That's what I was expecting as well. And then you got that, I was like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you don't want to take this Laboratory Maniac? Look at how many cards are left in my library. I could win right now.
Yeah.
Just looking. Oh boy. These aren't even Magic cards.
You leave the Easter Dragon alone.
I only hate Mason because he plays Ad Nauseum. I mean, you just gotta look at his face, dude. When he doesn't have the top knot up and he just has his hair down. Man, Holmes, that's all I gotta say, dude. No, the real reason you hate Mason is because he wears shorts all year round because he's Canadian.
Man bun.
We can never get weather that's actually cold enough to make Mason wear pants. When Mason wears pants, it's an actual choice that he's making. It's not because he's cold. Really thinking about this.
Right, I was just like...
Man, I feel like I'm super dead, but I don't know if I'm super dead. Robert also should have attacked there because
Yeah, that's why I was surprised he didn't attack.
Yeah, because he's gonna go to 1. I mean, regardless, right? You untap, you Alpha Strike, he's dead anyway.
Yeah.
But there's no reason not to put him to 1. Because then if he plays Ad Nauseum, he has more chances to lose. He has more life to play with.
Yes.
In order to draw. All right, so we gotta hunt down this every time.
That's final.
Where's the one with Mason? Is this the one? No, that's Monday? Monday?
Oh my god.
You find it. You did this.
You goddamn kids.
I mean, you just put like pen and paper there and expected us to be responsible adults.
Yeah.
I don't know whose fault that is.
Yours. All of yours.
I don't know. You have a Gandalf cosplay tier? What does that even mean?
So when I go to Magic Fest Vegas,
Why would you cosplay as a non-Magic the Gathering character?
Because I'm playing Snaring Bridge. I'm gonna annoy the shit out of my opponents and my neighbors. You should come with us, Liam.
If you're ensnaring bridges, we're painted to have big gold Gandalf on there.
That's what's gonna happen.
Okay. So there's actually no.
Apparently not.
Apparently not. Okay, let's just look and make some predictions here. I am predicting Mason wants
Leyline of Sanctity.
Leyline of Sanctity, Supreme Verdict, nothing else. Godhead seems decent, I guess. Like Godhead makes all of his creatures 1/1s.
Godhead grows Goyfs.
How does it grow Goyfs?
It doesn't take away abilities. This says they're all 1/1s.
Okay, so Godhead is still relevant against Anafenza. It's still relevant against. It makes Scavenging Ooze slightly smaller, but Ooze isn't good in this matchup. It makes Tracker a little smaller. But yeah, I mean, it depends on what you have to take out. What do you take out if you're Mason? Like Solemnity combo is not doing anything. You can take out the 2 Solemnity.
Yeah.
Pact Invocation doesn't seem very good in this matchup either because your opponent's playing Hand Disruption, so you have 4 cards to take out. Lab Maniac probably ain't happening either.
No. I know Robert's definitely going to be bringing in 2 Brutalities, the Damping Sphere, probably the Stony Silences.
Stony Silence is super relevant because it hits Pentad Prism and it hits Lotus Bloom.
Yes.
So you definitely bring that in. Stony Silence is actually great. I bring in, personally, I always bring in Fulminator Mage against this matchup because they need to hit a certain amount of mana to win the game, and often Fulminator Mage just time walks them. If you have Goyf in play, you attack, they follow up with Fulminator, blow up their land, pass, you've time walked them.
He said, no, so he took out his Lab Maniac.
He did take out his Lab Maniac. Yeah.
Alright, I can agree with that.
I don't know.
Like they're ready. Alright.
So, since you're in the chat, Robert, do you remember what you boarded in, boarded out? Type very quickly. All the misspelling.
God.
No, because Stony Silence is great. The additional Hand Disruption is great, like the Collective Brutalities. I personally think Fulminator is just fine in this matchup. Like, Fulminator is probably better than Path. It's better than Push. Like, you have enough cards to take out.
Yeah.
You might as well, like, bring in
I
a
would
card
say, like,
that's
Night
cyber
of Autumn would
relevant.
probably come in then as well.
Exactly, yeah. Night of Autumn seems great as well. Like, if you can blow up a Pentad Prism, or you can blow up...
Brought in Surgical instead.
That's, yeah, I mean, the Surgical is very good, but it...
You rip, if he plays an injury, it's like, cool, it resolves Surgical.
I mean, I'd be fine with taking out, like, Noble Hierarch in this matchup, too. Or actually, Anafenza. Like, just take out, like... You still need threats, but Anafenza's abilities aren't really helping you out that much.
Yeah.
You're just trying to gain time against them, but... Then again, this matchup seems like it's very much in Robert's favor, given that he has the relevant Hand Disruption and the relevant permanent removal for Mason's cards. Granted, you can't really beat the top decked like ad nauseum with the whole Angel's Grace in hand, but you're not beating top decks with a non-blue deck anyway.
So Inquisition, so you can't take ad nauseum or Supreme. I think you take the Unlife. I don't think you care about the Echoing Truth.
You don't. Echoing Truth is an interesting card to bring in. I don't know what you're looking for.
I think he's afraid of like multiple like Goyfs. Again, you figure it could buy him a turn.
I mean, if you have enough bad cards to take out, Echoing Truth does interact with your opponent's board state.
That's a Lotus Bloom.
That is a Lotus Bloom. And there is no... what's that one for? What's the one for that he got blown out by?
Oh, the Eidolon of Rhetoric.
Yeah, there's a Lotus Bloom. No Eidolon in play. We checked for Eidolons. There's none. We're good.
Oh my god.
That was so brutal. If you guys missed that, Mason suspended 3 Lotus Blooms. Felix played an Eidolon of Rhetoric. One of those resolved, and then Mason sacrificed the other one to try to cast a spell, and it did not happen. Like, he cast a spell this turn, bro.
It was full on tilt.
Poor guy.
Thoughtseize is now probably going to take that ad nauseum. I don't think Robert cares about the Supreme Verdict.
Yeah, I mean, Supreme Verdict, Echoing Truth, Teleria West.
Yeah, so you just take away the combo. Like, no, you got to top draw both
surgical
pieces.
Extraction on your ad nauseum, sir. Would you like to concede the game? Do you have another way? Are you going to hard cast a Sabian Spirit Guide and beat me down right now? I don't think so. I'm just like, yeah, okay. You got to look for him. I'd play 3. I would look in my opponent's eyes right now and say, I only play 3 ad nauseum.
it is technically your opponent's job to do it.
You are lying to them, but they did just surgical extraction your ad nauseum. So
And there's
yeah,
the concession.
Mason just like I don't have
All
a way
right.
to win the game. I respect that.
Abzan in 2, real quick game.